Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, Jojo Flo's Cooking Show. Today we are learning how to cook vanilla, apple, coconut, chia seed pudding, and just so you know, this recipe will be gluten, dairy, egg free and vegan. It will also be made using all organic products. It gives a little natural sweetness as a dessert or as a breakfast or just when you feel a little peckish at any time of the day. So let's get started. So the organic ingredients we will be using are 3 organic apples. You can use more or less of these depending on how thick you want the layer of applesauce to be. There will be 3 tablespoons of black chia seeds, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 3/4 of a cup of canned coconut milk, and this must be full fat milk. The light version doesn't make the dessert as creamy and as thick, so if you use the light one, it's not going to work as well. And we will be using toasted coconut chips and chopped dates as a garnish on top. Again, you can use however much or however little of these as you so do desire. So, as I say, just peel. These are organic apples from the local organic shop where I get all my fruit and veg from, and a lot of my other ingredients such as the coconut chips, chia seeds. It's not even that much more expensive, to be honest with you. It's great for your body, it's nutritious. Anything organic is nutritious, as you already know. Not filled with pesticides or any other unwanted sprays. So nutritious for you. A lot of the shop bought fruit and veg, the nutrition is nowhere near as high as organic. I do have my own organic compost that I make. It's a little off at this point, but when summer comes, I will show that to you as well. So like I said earlier, I'm going to put my apple peel aside and show you how to make a nutritious drink with that later. Thank you. So after you've peeled the apples, we're now just going to slice them into little slices like this. The side is clean. You can do it. Make the apples as thick or as thin as you like. Just try and use as much of the apple as you can. And like I said, please don't even throw the core away because we're going to use that as well. So I'll put that to one side. Each of the apple cores we're going to keep as well. I mean, any other fruit skins you've got. I do have some orange peel from a recipe that I did earlier, and I'm going to use that with the apples. And I've got some lemons peel as well, which I'm going to use, and that will show you the refreshing drink that I'm going to make as well. Just get rid of that bit there. As I said earlier, you can use as much or as little apple as you want. It's just for a layer of applesauce at the bottom of the pudding. If you don't even like apple, you don't need to use apple. You could use pineapple, you could use pear, you could use peach. Just so long as you cook it down, stew it, so it's nice and soft. So there, that's all the apple I'm going to be using today. So I'm going to pop that in my glass pan, like that. The sweeter the apple you use, by the way, you don't need to use any sugar. I won't be using any sugar. Added sugar. I will be using a bit of my filtered water. I only use filtered water. It's much better for you than tap water. And then when the apple's in the pan, just give it a little chop. And now I will put that on the stew, which will take around 10 minutes. So the apple is on stewing, and while that's on stewing, I need you to take 3 tablespoons of chia seeds, tip them in a bowl. Glass is always better. Please try not to use plastic where you can. A lot of the plastic is absorbed into the food, which is not good for you. And give your can of coconut milk a good shake. This is organic.
please make sure you read the instructions on the back, the ingredients in the back, as a lot of coconut milks do have added ingredients. This one is just coconut milk and water. A lot of them do have oils and guar gum in them as well, which is also not very good for you. So we need 3/4 of a cup, which we're going to add the chia seeds. That's 1/4. I mean, that's half a cup, and that's 1/4 of a cup in there. So once you've added that, we will give that a stir. And then once you give that a good stir, to that we are going to add 2 tablespoons, sorry, not that one, I've already got one there. 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. And then give that a really good stir. Make sure all the syrup is stirred in. If you don't, when you tip it in, it just sinks to the bottom and stays in one position. So if you give it a good stir, you'll know if you're giving it, if it's all stirred in correctly, because the coconut milk goes like an off-white colour, which is just the colourings of the maple syrup staying in the milk. So we give that a good stir, and then you put that to the side and leave it to set for, I'd say, that's what it should look like, and then you just leave it to set for 15 minutes, which enables the chia seeds to soak in all the coconut milk, and they will swell, and it thickens up, and it looks kind of like rice, like tapioca, but not as thick. So here we have the finished stewed apple. We have the chia seed mixture. As you can see, I'm shaking it. There's still a little bit of movement in there, but it has set quite a lot. We have the coconut chips and the chopped dates. Now these, you can add as much or as little as you like, because it's just to garnish on the top, which I'll show you in a second. So if you don't like dates, you don't have to put date on the top. I have made them before, and I've used cashew nut butter or almond nut butter, which I'll do another video showing that when I've got some of that in. I haven't got any at the moment. So you just would put the cashew butter on top with the coconut chips. I mean, you can use berries, strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, any topping you like to go on the top. Topping to go on the top. So anyway, so all we need to do now is spoon it into the required bowls. So here we go. So I'm going to just take 1 heap, this is like a dessert spoon, just a bit smaller than a dessert spoon. Put it in there, just flatten it round. Like I say, you can put as much or as less apple layer as you like. I find 1 spoonful is enough. And then take the chia seed, spoon that on top, just to the top of the bowl, flatten it down. Take some chopped dates, sprinkle those on top. You can even use cacao nibs if you want to make it a little bit sweeter. And then get some of the toasted coconut. These are curls, like coconut curls, so I'll just squeeze them just to break them up and make them a little bit smaller. I mean, you can leave them big if you like, but I prefer them to be, and then just sprinkle that on top as well. And there you have
can see the layer of apple at the bottom, the chia seed pudding, and the date and coconut on top. Now I would cover that and put it in the fridge, and it will last for up to 5 days covered in the fridge. So cover that and put it in the fridge, and it will last for up to 5 days covered in the fridge. So I'll normally make 4 or 5 of them, and then I know I've got 1 a day to eat. So this is the finished result using the exact ingredients that I stated at the beginning. You'll get 5 small lovely desserts which you can have for breakfast, lunch or after dinner. And another look at the layers. You can add the date in with the apple if you like, however I prefer to have it on top. And now I'm going to show you how to make the lovely nutritious drink using the leftover scraps. And now this is how you make the nutritious drink with the leftover apple peel, the core. This is the peel from an orange that I ate earlier today. I've saved that, just chop it up a little bit. This is a leftover half a lemon that I had. You can put it in whole, however, I do prefer to slice it a little like that. And I will put all those ingredients in my glass pan again, out of my glass bowl. I do try to use glass as much as possible. And then this is my distilled water. I'm just going to pour in the water just till everything starts floating. Give it a quick stir. Just going to put a little more water in there. As you can see, it's all in the bowl, and then I'm going to put that on the stove, cooker, whatever you call it, for around until it starts to boil. Once it starts boiling, I'm going to let it simmer for between 20 and 30 minutes. And then you will have a beautiful, refreshing, nutritious fruit tea full of electrolytes and goodness. As most people know, or some people don't know, the peel has lots of nutritious value on fruit, and a lot of people do throw it away. I try to use everything, even when I'm cooking vegetables. I don't try not to throw anything away. So now I will put that on the cooker and watch that boil. When the liquid starts boiling, just remove the lid, give it a stir, as so. Then replace the lid and let it simmer for 30 minutes. So once the juice has been boiling for around simmering for around 30 minutes, you need to strain it into a jug, a jar or something. Oops. Don't matter if you spill, I've got extra. Just strain it into the jar like that. And then what I like to do is push down. Can you hear all the extra bits of juice going in there? Yep. Obviously I spilled quite a bit of that. But anyway. Now some people could find this quite sour. So I do have a few natural sweeteners here that you could use. I have organic coconut sugar, maple syrup, agave syrup or honey. So what I would do, I would pour a glass out, have a taste, and if it needs a bit of sweetening, just sweeten it as you're drinking it. I wouldn't sweeten the whole jar at once. So it doesn't matter if you've got a bit of the pulp of the fruit in the jar. It actually looks like pink lemonade, if you can see the colour of it there, it's actually pink. So you can either drink that warm, you can drink it cold. It has lots of vitamins and minerals. In fact, if I can remember correctly, it has vitamin C, potassium and B6 from the lemons. It has vitamin C, vitamin A, copper, calcium, magnesium from the orange peel, and vitamin K, A and C, calcium and potassium again from the apple peel. So as I said, you can either let it cool down and have it over ice on a hot day, or you can have it as a hot drink. There you have a lovely nutritious drink. Thank you for watching my chia seed pudding cooking show today, and hopefully I'll see you again very soon with a new recipe. If you would like to comment and subscribe to my channel, please press the like button. I would really appreciate that. If you have any recipes you'd like me to make, please send them in. I'll be happy to give them a go and you can see what they turn out like. Any questions, comments, please feel free. I hope to see you again very soon. Goodbye for now.